Hi everybody, it's Edith, and I just wanted to give you an update on Case Study 2, Border Angels. I have read the book, or I have read about half of the book, Border Angels by Enrique Morones, and I am looking at persons to interview. I've actually already formulated my questions for interview, and I've sent them off to three individuals, and I'll show you that in just a minute. I'm recording this from my I'm in my kitchen right now, so if you hear the puppy dogs rustling around, I apologize. So we're going to start by looking at the persons right here, persons to interview for Case Study 2, Border Angels. Like I said, I've developed 10 questions, just a little qualitative survey, and I've decided to instead of having a face-to-face interview, I went ahead and just emailed the questions. But I will have a face-to-face interview with participants in number 2 and in number 3 of my list. Participant number 1 lives in Houston, and so it's kind of hard to have a face-to-face interview with her. However, she did email me her responses, and so let me just go over the persons of whom I've decided to interview for this particular project. The first person on the list is Attorney Joyce Díaz. Mrs. Logue is an immigration attorney for Harris County in Houston. She just retired last year. And the reason I selected Mrs. Logue is because she worked very closely with individuals who were incarcerated for various crimes, and she represented them. So she knows she knows the legal aspect of it, but she also knows the anecdotal parts of it that impact the families of individuals who are affected either by the immigration laws themselves or who have just committed a crime in this country and are still awaiting trial. So she has all that knowledge and experience and background. Another interesting note about Mrs. Logue is that she is a very strong Republican, and so many of her answers are going to be kind of based on her political background, if you will. The second people that I'm going to interview are actually my mom and dad, Dr. and Mrs. Tony C. Díaz. Mom and dad have been educators for over 60 years in this South Texas region. And as I stated to you in a couple of videos before, my grandfather, my father's father, my paternal grandfather, is from Mexico, and so I'm only a second generation born in this country, and so Dad is going to be answering from kind of a dual perspective, and in that he's going to be answering from the child of an immigrant and as an educator and how that has impacted families. Mother was an assistant principal. She was a teacher, of course, and an assistant principal, and so she saw a lot with students checking in and out of school. Both mom and dad worked in schools in impoverished areas here in the South Texas region, and so they know very well about the implications and the ramifications of immigration law. And then finally, the third person that I chose to interview is Linda R. Garcia. Ms. Garcia is a bilingual teacher and a doctoral candidate at TAMU Kingsville. Soon to be Dr. Garcia has a lot of first-hand knowledge as a bilingual teacher. She has a lot of first-hand knowledge on families that first come to the United States, and I know that she has helped families not just through the schools, but she's also helped families through her church in Kingsville. And so those are the three individuals that I will be interviewing. I have already sent the questions to all three, or really 4 participants. And I've received word back from Mrs. Logue, from Joyce, and Mom and Dad are working on theirs. And Linda and I are going to meet tomorrow morning so we can go over the questions. She would like to do she would like to not only answer the questions for me by typing them out, but she also wanted to meet with me just to kind of give me a little bit more information. And so I really appreciate her doing that. And so here are the questions that I decided to ask these participants. I said, please feel free to answer the following discussion questions regarding the U.S.-Mexican border for this project. Thank you for your participation in this project, and I cannot wait to see your responses. So here there are 10 discussion questions. Question number 1 says, or asks, what has been or is your experience with the U.S.-Mexican border? So I just kind of wanted to get an overarching, okay, what is your experience with the border? Question number 2, what do you already know about this border? What prior knowledge, what do you already know? Question number 3 is, what additional information would you like to obtain regarding this border? What else would you like to know about the border or the immigration laws? Number 4, what impact do you believe this border has, and for whom? Who is the recipient of impact of this border? Number 5, when you think of the border fence, what image do you have in your mind? And number 6 goes along with number 5. How does that image, from question 5, represent what you think about the fence? And then question number 7, what are your political views about this border and why? And then what are your personal views about this border and why? I know that Ms. Logue talked a little bit about how her personal views kind of are at conflict many times with her political views. So, you know, that's why I kind of put those 2 questions separately. Question number 9, what one story regarding this border would you like to share? What is the one story that you would like to share? And then question number 10, what other information would you like for me to know about your feelings regarding this border? And so I think that those 10 questions kind of encompass a lot about, and we can get some, or I can get some really good, thorough information on how the border has impacted families and how it has impacted even the individuals whom I'm interviewing. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I plan to work on this a little bit more this coming week and weekend. And thank you everybody for watching my video, and I hope everybody has a great evening. Bye-bye.